Picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue.
E.T. Phone Home.
Kids, welcome back. It's time to work on another thrilling pack of the Fanhome build, the ET, half-scale ET build. And it's given me a great excuse to take a break from filling windows on my Enterprise to get back onto this now. For some strange reason, this month he did not spend a full 10 days in Kansas City. He was rather quick, so let's dig in. We've got the base this time and some other things, so let me dig in here. Not a little, doesn't look like a lot of parts, but I'll get the magazines out and we'll see what we're working with. Like I said, this is the base, I'm sure, and yeah, okay. Well, I've seen this one online, so it's time to get started on it. Let's get to the building. Okay, it looks like we're gonna start. I love the way they spell mechanism without an H. The mechanism. Paying this kind of money, use a proofreader. The mechanism of the neck part 2, and we are going to take up the half a gearbox we started with last month and add to it. So I'll go ahead and do that, and here are the 20 parts, the parts for stage 27, issue 27. I guess it's not it's an issue and a stage, but you get three gears, 3 pins, and we're going to continue this box, but we're still not closing it up. I gotta tell you, I'm not a big fan of how little you get to do in each of these stages. To issue 28, and they learned how to spell mechanism, so we're good. Again, an embarrassingly small amount of stuff to do. I should have, well, I'm going to be combining all this anyway, like Wayne does. It's all in one short report anyway. So in this week's, we still haven't closed this box up, but in this week's, or in this issue, we are going to fit the motor here. We are, let's get this untangled. We're going to fit the motor, and we're going to put a worm gear on the end of it, and we need to make sure that the dull part, or the ungeared part of it, goes towards the base. They show you, let's see, place the worm gear on the shaft of the motor. Carefully tap the gear on a flat surface to push it fully onto the shaft. And then we're going to set it. Okay. We're not going to tap it. We are going to drop it on the floor. No, we are going to push down till it is fully engaged. Let's see, let's use this. Could have stood to have put some gear grease on that, I think. Now, since it's only a plastic gear, I don't want to mess with the... Well, you know, that's as far as it needs to go. It's engaging. Yeah, I could stand to push it down a little bit further than that. I'll be right back. Well, we'll go ahead and tell you that the next thing to do is to push this into the thing. We don't even get to close it up until the next stage, so we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, believe it or not, we finally got the gearbox closed up. Now the next step to do is to put this little wingy thing on, which looks like a floppy limiter of some sort. Okay, we've done that. It goes between, it goes around that one. Okay, and then we put this washer and screw over top of it. Find the washer. washer and screw over top of this. Is that right? Making sure that is right. Yes. I don't want to badmouth all of the lack of things to do and then still somehow do it wrong. Okay. That's not going anywhere. Don't know exactly what it does, but there you go. We're done with it. That's the box. Okay, and that is stage 29. Right at the end of stage 30, we've got our little guy firmly entrenched on the base. We've got him screwed down. Now, up to this point, it didn't really matter what the front and what the back was because of the symmetry of it. But now we've firmly established the front is on this side and the back is on this side. So now we've got stage 31, which is more electronics to hook up to the base. And then what I think is probably the single stupidest stage in this build yet, which has set a high watermark for stupid stages. And that is, you make a whole stage out of putting the battery lid on. I mean, come on. That's what you're going to do for a whole stage? Stupid. Okay, what we're going to do in stage 31 is we are going to hook up these power wires. Now we've got no, it's the main switch and sensor is what it says. We've got no transformer, nor do we have any batteries, nor do we really have any great reason to use them. But we're going to go ahead and hook up these main switch and sensor. Okay, and we're on the last stage, which is stage 32, which is, as they said, the battery cover and the sensor. So at least they tried to give you something else to do, even though they gave you the sensor in the last pack. So we take the sensor, we put the sensor here, stick it over the hole, make sure that it's nice and flat, and we use the screws from the last time, and we put those down. Now the top of the body I don't believe is scheduled to go on just yet, but I'm going to show it that way because it's one of the more obvious joints in a set of obvious joints, so it's just going to be easier to store it that way too, because we are now no longer able to pack this flat in the storage bin like I had been using. So that goes in there, put that down, and it wants to come up like this, go through both of those holes, and then that goes up through comes up through the leg. So we're going to do that, and then we get to do the thrilling bit of, let's make sure this is straight, the thrilling bit of putting wire tacks down to keep the wiring straight. There we go, yank that out through there. It goes through there and there. There it goes through there and there, and we put the little caps down on the wiring to keep them from coming up. And that's it. And there's the end of it. That's we've got the power switch in now, we've got the power jack, got the battery box and the sensor. All of the electronics are in the base. I'm assuming this will all go to the main controller board. That will go there. We've got sensor coming up through here. We've got this piece. Like I said, we've not been asked to use it, but it goes on like that, and that's going to give us an indication of how tall he's going to be sitting on his base. And that will do it for another month. And that brings us to the end of the latest chapter. So glad we've got this gearbox closed up. Oh, this could have been an issue by itself, just doing this instead of spreading it out over 3 issues. That is borderline ridiculous. And then we've got this much of the base. Not this. We've got the base with the wiring. So we're happy with that. And that does us for another month on ET. So join us next month when we will, if any indication of what I've seen online is, we will start attaching another gearbox to the chest there to do the neck mechanism. We are 32 issues in to what is probably a third of the way. If it's 100 issues, that would be 33, would be a third of the way. Still no sign or no hide or hair of the hide yet, or the hair. So that remains to be a mystery. I am still curious to see how that will play out. So join us again next month. Until then, be good.
Be good.